Welcome everyone. Welcome back to Dr. Sourav's classes. Look at this question. This question is from the Engineering Services, Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Paper 1 2026 examination. Okay. And in the material science section, UPSC frequently asks the question based on the manufacturing processes because an engineer is expected not only to know the material but also how that material is fabricated into useful engineering components. And today's question is from the ceramic fabrication. Notice carefully the examiner has used the word discuss. So that means we should not simply define the tape casting. A complete answer should include what is a tape casting, principles, step-by-step process, advantages, and the applications. So if you cover these 5 points, your answer becomes complete. Okay. Now, suppose I ask you to make a ceramic sheet as thin as a sheet of paper. Can you simply press ceramic powder with your hand? Most of the students will say no. Exactly. Ceramics are brittle and they cannot roll like metals. So engineers invented a techniques that call the tape casting, which is one of the most important methods for manufacturing the thin ceramic sheets. Okay. Now, before understanding the tape casting, remember one important fact. Ceramics are generally produced in powder form. Unlike metals, they cannot be melted or rolled easily because of their very high melting temperature and brittle nature. And therefore, the powder processing techniques become essential. So, tape casting is one of the most successful powder processing techniques for producing thin ceramic layers. Okay. Now, tape casting is a ceramic fabrication process used to manufacture thin, flat, and flexible green ceramic sheets of the uniform thickness. And the word green means the ceramic has not yet been sintered and it still contains binders and the plasticizers, making it flexible, and after this it becomes a hard ceramic component. Okay. Now, I know students often confuse with the green sheet with the finished ceramic sheet. So remember, green sheet is before sintering and finished ceramic is after sintering. Okay, so this distinction is frequently tested in the examination. So remember that. Okay. Now, the principle is very simple. A liquid mixture is called a slurry is prepared, and this slurry is spread uniformly over a moving flat surface using a blade, and the solvent evaporates, leaving behind a thin ceramic layer, and this layer is dried, cut, and finally sintered. So the entire process depends on the controlled spreading and drying the ceramic slurry. Okay. Now let us study the process step by step. First, the step number 1, that is the preparation of slurry. Ceramic powder is mixed with the solvent, binder, plasticizer, dispersant. Each ingredient has a specific function. Ceramic powder forms the final ceramic product. Binder provides the strength before sintering. Plasticizer makes the green sheet flexible. Dispersant prevents the particle and ensures the uniform mixing, and solvent maintains the proper flow of the slurry. Okay. Now, why can't we simply mix the ceramic powder with water? Because the slurry would not spread uniformly. Binders, plasticizers, and dispersants are essential for obtaining a smooth, crack-free ceramic sheet. Okay. Now, the step number 2, that is casting. The slurry is poured onto a continuously moving carrier film, and usually made of a polymer, and a sharp blade called the doctor blade spreads the slurry into a thin layer, and the gap between the blade and the surface determines the sheet thickness. Okay. Now remember, doctor blade controls thickness. This single point is asked repeatedly in the objective examination. So remember that. Okay. Now, third point is drying. The solvent evaporates, a flexible ceramic green tape remains, and the tape now can be rolled, handled, or cut into desired shapes. Okay. Now, fourth, that will be cutting and lamination. If thicker ceramic components are required, multiple green sheets are stacked together. Pressure is applied, forming a laminated structure. Okay. And number 5. This is binder burnout and sintering. The binder and the plasticizer are first removed by heat, then the ceramic is sintered at high temperature. During sintering, the particles fuse together, producing a dense, strong ceramic component. Okay. Now, what are the advantages? Uh, Tape casting produces the uniform thickness, excellent surface finish, high dimensional accuracy, suitable for the mass production and economical for thin ceramic sheets, and it is easy to laminate into the multi-layer structures. Okay, and what are the application? This is where the electronics and the telecommunication students should pay attention. Tape casting is widely used in manufacturing. Multi-layer ceramic capacitors, ceramics substrates, electronic circuit boards, fuel cells, sensors, ceramic illustrators. So these are extremely important application in the modern electronic engineering. Okay, so remember all these things, and I think now all the points are clear to you.